Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Carmen. Welcome. This is a channeled intuitive message from my spirit guides for the collective, as well as for all of the people that are watching this video for the month of September 2021. I'm also going to go over the numerology and some of the astrology of what will be happening in the month of September as well. But let's jump right into the intuitive message first. So for the month of September 2021, the big thing is that you will feel like things are crashing down this month. So you might feel like things are crashing down all around you this month. And this can either be on a broad scale level within the collective, and it can also be on a personal level as well. So in the collective, there could be crashes within governments, there could be crashes within economic systems, there could be crashes within the stock market, the housing markets. This could also just be that people are starting to realize that the old ways of thinking are starting to crash and starting to fall. And that these governments and these ideas that we have built our society upon for so many years are really starting to crash away. And we start to see these changes out and about when we interact with the world. And we're seeing this more on a global scale now. Now, this crash could also just be more on a personal level and a feeling that you have within yourself. You might feel like your beliefs within you that you've held for so long are starting to crash, or ideas that you used to have about yourself in your past are starting to crash. You might feel like the world around you is starting to crash. And this can be a good thing because beliefs and thoughts that have held you back in the past from, achieving the life that you've always wanted to have, or that have held you back from having the things that you've always wanted to have, or feeling the way that you've always wanted to feel. Those old beliefs and feelings that you had that held you back for so many years might be starting to fall away this month, in the month of September. And the angels want you to rest assured that whatever crash is happening around the world or within yourself and within your life, that this is just a transformation process, right? It's part of the whole transformation. A butterfly goes into a cocoon and has to be broken down before it can emerge from the cocoon and, become its beautiful butterfly self. So the angels want you to rest assured that this falling away of old beliefs and old patterns that are holding you back, and also, if we see this within the collective, the falling away of old systems, whether it be on a personal level or more a global collective crash, that this is happening for a reason, and it's part of the transformation process. And it might be a little uncomfortable this month, but you can rest assured that it's all happening for the betterment, to basically improve your life in areas that you've basically been, longing to improve for so long. You're being upgraded. You're being upgraded this month. And there might be a very unsettling feeling about all of this. There's a lot of systems that are in place within our world that have not been upgraded for hundreds of years. And so whenever upgrades happen within collectives, or when they happen on a personal level, it can cause a very unsettling feeling within those worlds. But you have to just rest assured that these upgrades are always needed so that we can keep progressing and moving forward and achieve that transformation that we've all been longing for. And so this might be the month where that long-awaited upgrade, which might seem like a crash, is finally starting to occur. Or if it has already taken place, it's really starting to get underway and starting to move forward and gain momentum starting this month in September 2021. Whatever has been holding you back in life Now is the time to set yourself free from these self-limiting beliefs and the negative self-talk and all of the things that hold you back. Set yourself free from it. You are the only one that's imprisoning yourself. You are the one that has been putting yourself in this prison, this imaginary prison that in your mind you can't break free from, but you've had the power this whole time to do that. It's always been within you. And so it's really just the limiting beliefs that you hold within you. Maybe there have been things that have happened to you in the past that have led you to believe that these bad things are always going to be happening to you and you're always going to be stuck in this cycle that you can't get out of. But that's not the truth. You can set yourself free at any time. Just because it happened in the past or you weren't able to achieve those things that you wanted in the past, that doesn't mean that you won't be able to do that in the future. There's no law out there that says that the past determines your future. So your future is completely up to you. And you are the creator of your reality. And your future doesn't have to be anything like your past at all. And I do believe that this month you will be starting to set yourself free from some of those limiting beliefs that you've had in the past about yourself. The angels want you to know that you gotta trust and follow your passions, right? Your renewed passions. You might start to have those this month. Renewed passions in love, career. You might start to feel a spark again, right? That often happens with transformations when people are going through transformations or there's a transformation within the collective. So pay attention to those sparks, those things that ignite you, those things that you are starting to feel passionate about, and follow those. Also, trust in yourself. Trust your inner knowledge, act upon it, and if you're starting to be led in a certain direction, go with that. If you're starting to have certain feelings about things that, maybe in the past you hadn't before, but suddenly you have this great idea to do something or to speak to a certain person and you hadn't thought about doing that before, then just go with it, because those are usually insights from your guardian angels and spirit guides. And that's part of the transformation process as well that will be happening this month. Now, also, like I said, this month could be feeling unsettling, because often when transformations happen and when great crashes happen, people do feel unsettled. That unsettling kind of uncertain feeling might cause some people to start to panic. We might start to see those panic type of behaviors that people demonstrate when they're in fight or flight and they're just trying to survive. So you might see people doing these kinds of things, like hoarding supplies or hoarding money or trying to gather materials to help themselves to feel more secure in this insecure kind of energy. And so if you start to feel that way, just like I said, know that this is all happening for the better. Whatever happens, it's happening to make our world a much better place as we enter a new energetic era. Also, whatever worries and concerns you have, give them away to your guardian angels and spirit guide. So even if you have to do this 200, 300 times a day, as soon as those negative thoughts and feelings start to pop up within you, give them away to your angels and allow them to take your burdens and to basically clean up the mess for you, okay? So what you do is, as soon as they pop up, right away, just say, "My angels, please take my worries and concerns away from me." And if you do this consistently and just allow your team to take care of your burdens and your worries for you, then whatever unsettling feelings you're going to have this month, you won't feel that. You will be enjoying this transformation process, and you'll be enjoying, watching the things fall away, because your worries and concerns are going to be taken care of for you. So now let's briefly talk about the numerology and the astrology of September 2021. So September 2021 is a universal 5 month, and 2021 is a universal 5 year. So we have a universal 5 month and a universal 5 year. So what that means is that the energy of the number 5 is going to be really felt this month. And 5 represents transformation and change. And it's the number of basically, the old becoming the new. So whenever we have a transformation or a change taking place, it can feel unsettling and it can feel chaotic at times. So it might feel like that this month, like things are a little bit more chaotic than usual, and there's not as much certainty as there has been before. Things are very uncertain. And that is usually the case with transformations. When something is changing, there is not always certainty as to what it's becoming. But that uncertainty can also lead to excitement too, because 5 can be a very exciting number, because something new is being created, and we're all excited to see what that actually is. So, and it's also the number of surprise too, so there might be some surprises happening within the collective, or, on a personal level. There might be big surprises, and there probably will be. So now, as I mentioned in my predictions for the year 2021 video, check that video out if you haven't already. I'll put a link below. In that video, I mentioned that 5 is a very rebellious number, especially if freedoms are being taken away, because 5 is also the number of freedom. So when freedoms are being taken away, it can be very rebellious. So because of this, we might see a continuation of massive protesting that we've been seeing happening all year long, and that might get amplified and heightened this month in September. Now, some of this chaos that people might be feeling within the world could be happening in terms of our environment, right? So there might be a lot of weather events that cause chaos, that cause a feeling of unsettlingness, or making people feeling like things are crashing around them. There could be fires, floods in certain areas of the world that cause this. But like I said before, it's all part of the transformation process and the Earth becoming this new Earth, right? And on a planetary level, a 5D level, that's really what's happening here. New Earth is being created, and you're really going to start to see that happening within the collective and out within the masses, and not just something that these spiritual videos talk about, or some esoteric idea that you've heard spiritual practitioners talk about. It's going to be like actually manifested into the environment and into our world, and you'll really start to see that happening this month, the creation of New Earth, or the process of the creation really starting to kick up into high gear. So let's talk about the astrology of what's going to happen in the month of September 2021. The new moon in Virgo on September the 6th will bring in an energy of wanting to heal things from the past. So you might find yourself wanting to heal ancestral wounds or generational patterns, things that have been blocking you off in the past from achieving goals in the future. This might start to come to your awareness this month. So these might be patterns that you weren't even aware of. And suddenly, with this new moon in Virgo, suddenly it's in your awareness now, and you realize that maybe, you've been blocked off, you've been acting a certain way because this is the way your mother acted, or this is the way your grandmother acted, and this is the way, or this is the way your father or your grandfather acted in a certain area. And so these patterns might start to come to the surface during this new moon, and you could have a desire to heal these patterns with this new awareness. Now on September the 7th, Mercury enters its shadow period as it prepares for its retrograde later in the month on the 27th of September. Now, the shadow period is basically a slowdown in energy, which always leads up to a retrograde and comes before the retrograde. Now, whenever Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, issues with health can always come up. This is very common when Mercury goes retrograde into Virgo. And even though Mercury won't be retrograde in Virgo, it will be retrograde in Libra. It will be in its shadow period during the time of Virgo in the month of September. And so we might start to see spikes again in a certain virus, and we all know which one that is. We might see spikes in it again during this time, where suddenly it's just, the levels are higher than usual. But this will go away. This is just a temporary thing while, Mercury is in the shadow period in Virgo. So don't get too worried if that does happen, and know that this is just something that is happening in the month of September and possibly might be carried over into the month of October. Like I said, September is going to be a huge month of transformation and change. There's going to be all kinds of big events happening this month, and this is going to be affecting everyone on so many levels. So I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with other people. If you want to check out my services and book a reading with me, I will put that information below in the description box. And I would love to have you subscribe and become part of the family. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. I'm sending you light and love, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.